whenever you are part of the problem, you're not being objective. So when it's someone else's situation, you aren't taking into consideration everything that they are thinking. You know, they know a lot more about the problem. They know what their emotions feel. They know how they're inclined in particular ways when you're dealing with someone else. But you don't see all that. You just see the situation for what it is. I kind of think of it as, have you done any painting or drawing?
No. Oh, yes, but not recently.
back in year 6 art class.
I coloured outside of the lines.
At least you probably got your pen license. I didn't get that far. So there's this. Now I don't know very much about it, but there's this idea in painting where you, instead of actually seeing the world as we actually see it, is you see it for all the colours and light and what is actually there.
So like the fundamental shapes of things as well.
The fundamental shape, the actual colour of what you're seeing, not your interpretation of the colour. And so instead of your visual field being this thing that kind of wraps around you, it's just this blank canvas directly in front of you. And that's the way that people are able to paint, you know, realistic situations. And I kind of liken that a little bit to this idea of, you know, you need to see your problems as a painter sees a landscape.
That's it. That's really cool.
And see what is actually there as opposed to what your connection is to those things that are there. And that way you make the problem objective, and that's the way that we look at other people's problems is what my take on it was.
That's a really good analogy. A good person dyes events with his own colour and turns whatever happens to his own benefit. Seneca. That was in the book. It's a nice link. So this concept is that, as I understand it, again, this has helped me a lot, that things happen and they're just things that happen. And then you attach a meaning to them. And you can attach whatever meaning that you want. Some things are going to be, for you, just objectively bad. You can't avoid that. And some things genuinely might be. But many things are somewhere in the middle. And you can pretty much find something good out of most things. Now, very important to know that this is not like the idea that became popular maybe 5-10 years ago of like positive thinking, you know, in its purest form. It's because that's a load of shit. It's
what do you mean? What do you mean?
Well, it's a bastardization of this idea.
So what is the positive thinking?
It's like positive mindset, always never think about things that are bad, you know, like if you think good thoughts, they will come true, you know, this sort of idea. And there, again, there's a little bit of truth in it, right? Because but the deeper meaning of that, and probably the more helpful, is that, yeah, you know, the cup falls off this table and it breaks. It is something that just happened. You can either think, that really pissed me off, you know, and maybe it did, and you can feel that, acknowledge it, but you can also take the moment to think that what can I learn from this, or what good could come of it? Maybe I'll get a nice new cup. Maybe I'll learn not to put my cup on the edge of the table. And that kind of idea that you bring your own lens to a situation gives you power to control the evolution of how you feel about it.
Yeah. Okay. And so, in the cup situation, right?
It's a pretty bad analogy. I've got a cup here.
So in the cup situation, right? Did
I mention cups last episode? don't know.
You'll probably look at your cup last time. So
yeah, I've got to get some new material.
You need some new objects in front of you. So the cup drops on the ground, right? And I guess the positive, this endless positive approach would be, oh, that's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, not so great, but maybe the more the perspective to be taken is, what is there an opportunity here? Maybe that was a shit cup that I've been meaning to replace for a long time. It's not all it's not all flowers.
So, and it's another way of putting it is like, I used to wake up in the morning hoping nothing bad had happened that day, and I still do this. I wake up and I go, I hope I have a good day today and nothing bad happens. But this kind of philosophy is, hey, bad things are going to happen to you. That's just accept that straight up. And you can decide how bad they are. They're going to hurt. There's no denying that. Wishing things to be positive is not an effective strategy. However, dealing with reality and finding the good in things, you're going to live a better life. It's actually kind of going with the punch of, like an MMA fighter. They can, rather than punching someone bluntly back, they use their own energy against the opponent and take them down. That's the concept here, is like, hey, bad shit's going to happen. Why don't you go with that energy, deal with it, and find something good in it?